But tonight we're blessed to be here and blessed to have a wonderful speaker. His bio, or a part of his bio, is in the program. But by way of introduction, Dr. Motley served as the Vice Chancellor for Student Affairs at UMass Boston, and he took over as interim Chancellor and then as the permanent Chancellor, first one of African American descent to lead the University of Massachusetts. So this is a wonderful first that we have with us. Since becoming the Chancellor, he's focused on what he calls the 3 R's: research, retention, and reputation. He was hired after 25 years at Northeastern University, where he served as Dean of Student Services. And you all can see he's 6'8". He makes me feel short, and I'm 6'1". And he played a little bit of basketball. I don't know if he's as good as I was, but he obviously had some game. But he founded the well-regarded Roxbury Preparatory Charter School. So when you talk about someone who knows about education, from the charter school to the public school to higher education level, Dr. Motley knows all about it. And also 2 other things that you really need to know about him that he has in common with me. First of all, he is a Pittsburgh Steelers fan. Yeah, I hear all the hatation going on out there. It's all right. We understand. But he's a Pittsburgh Steelers fan, and he's also a member of Iota Phi Theta Fraternity Incorporated, which I am also a member of. It is my distinct and great pleasure to bring to you the Chancellor of the University of Massachusetts, Dr. J. Keith Motley.
So, good evening, everybody. I really, if I use that mic, I'm going to blow you up. But I'm going to use it for a moment because I need to wake some of you up in here, it looks like. First of all, I am just honored to be in your presence tonight. I want to say to my brother and the pastor here how proud I am just to see him in his space. See, you know, we hang out, but we hang out in other spaces. It took him calling me for a lecture to get me up in his church. But I'm here now, tonight. I'm honored to meet the first, the founder. Listen, it doesn't get any better than this. A double dose of Swan, you know what I mean? Walking in here tonight just blew me away, because every time I come to Springfield, I came and spoke at the Urban League, it was icy. Come down again on a Tuesday, and it's icy. But when we got together in that room, it got hot, because we were there talking about the things that matter to all of us. You know, I'm walking in here, my man got Facebook deals. You come 4 times or call 4 times on Facebook, you're cool. I got old notes, right? My man is up here with an iPad. You know, highly technical and all that stuff. You don't know how proud I am of you. But even more so, I'm proud of the youth that are here. Young man, when you walked up here with your 7-foot-tall self, and you weren't bouncing a basketball trying to get an ego off of that, you were using spoken word to say what was from your heart. And you can do all those other things too. But you understand that it starts here. That matters. You're talking about being proud. See, when they thought I was just hanging out, when I left them, I was sneaking to the library. That's why I'm standing here today as the chancellor of one of the major universities in this country. So every now and then you got to sneak in that spoken word. Sneak to the library. Keep this functioning strong. And I'm so proud of you. Young lady who was dancing up here all liturgical and stuff. I was just so, where is she? Thank you. Thank you for doing that. So proud of you. You know, and we all need theme music. So I would have been so disappointed. You know, I walk around every day up on Boston's campus, and I got my theme music with me. Now, some of y'all think it's Shaft or something, all you old school people. But it's things like, you know, the songs I grew up with in the church. See, there are so many common things that your pastor and I have. We both steal the fame, both grew up in the church. I come from a church that was merged, one with the other, in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. I come from a church that had its challenges sometimes, but got together and overcame many of them. But I also come before you, a brother who's just so happy just to be in your presence. So thank you for that. And so as we go forward, thank you to the choir for your presentation as well. You all are in for an unbelievable treat. To have the kind of people that you have coming here to your church, you must go out and tell some folk that they're here. See, I don't care about how many of y'all show up because I'm a teacher. See, when I show up to the classroom, if you're not there, I still teach my butt off. So whether it was 1 or 1,000 of you, I was coming here to tell you what I was going to tell you anyway. And if I only had the pastor to talk to, then we would have just talked about what I wanted to talk about tonight as I come down the road. So it doesn't matter to me. But do them a favor and tell them that Liz Walker, who went from an anchor woman, found her spirit, now is a pastor, preached her face off at the governor's service. So much so that your pastor said, I got to have her here. All right? Dr. Jawanza Kunjufu. In 1989, I started a school for boys in Boston based on his life's work around what the system is doing to destroy young men and young women. And Dr. Jakufu has been consistent. He's one of our leaders. You need to have some folk out for him. My brother who comes from up the road at University of Massachusetts, Amherst, you know he's a bad That's a mamma jamma. See, I'm not coming into church doing all that. But he is a bad brother. So make sure that you come out so that you can hear them tell some other folk. Thank you for being here. This pastor understands the connection between the opportunity to bring people here who care enough to be here. And so I'm so grateful for that. I ask the blessings of the Creator as you and I enter into this time of reflection, and I pray that it will emerge and evolve into exciting and incisive action to advance our community into the future. First of all, it's great to be in Springfield and to be in the house of the Lord. Every Sunday, there's a little lady about 5'3" in Pittsburgh. She calls me 7 o'clock in the morning to make sure I'm going to church somewhere. Okay, I hope you're going to church somewhere in Boston. So she called me today, and I told her I was going to church. And she asked me what I was doing, and she told me that don't count. She's not going to give me one for the day. I got to go Sunday too. Pastor, you got to make the call. She got me going Sunday too. But I'm so proud that I grew up and understand how important this is to our development. Education is a critical element of every civilization, in that our survival as a species on this planet hinges on our ability to socialize our young. That's why I'm so glad so many youth are here to deal with our environment, whatever it may be. It's a central function of our humaneness, our human being. It is a central function. And like many of you, have spent much of my life in the church, and a significant part of my childhood was spent there. The concept and idea of Sunday school, in addition to providing the foundation for my deepest spiritual convictions and morals, also reinforced the educational life that I encountered during my week in school. There was a connection. That's part of what made that experience so powerful for me. See, I didn't see anyone that looked like me in the school teaching me. But I had Miss Kathleen Davis, and I have her, God bless her, to this day, as my pre and kindergarten.